All right, everybody, welcome in. How are you? Hope everything is going great. Welcome to the week. This week in Pathfinders, we're going to be talking about the role of trauma and the origin stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what we think we deserve, and how that is impacting your intuitive sensibilities, and also how it's in sort of blocking any kind of manifestation around a new identity. So we're going to talk about the role of trauma. If you want to jump onto Pathfinders, now is a particularly good time to do that. For my astrology group this week, we are going to have both the Twin Flame group and the regular astrology group, and I am going to be talking about past life aspects in birth chart and synastry, how to tell past life contracts. If you want to jump onto those groups, there's a link below. Breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. Look at that. Impasse. Did you think it was over? Probably not. Probably not. Reflect and redirect your energy. Taking shelter, the answers are within. So, some of you are dealing with a situation. Okay, one more. Distant thunder, clear the air. There is something going on between you and another person or other people. Maybe feeling like there's no talking to somebody, or there's no way around it. No way, you can't go through it, but there is a breakthrough coming. And it's whether I saw this also in my in the For Whoever reading last night, where there's just a piece missing. It's like when someone isn't divulging a piece of information, then a relationship or a conversation stops, because it's sort of like not all of the information is known. So there is a breakthrough. You might be wondering why something has come to a halt. Some situation has come to a halt. I feel like the other person needs time, or you might be the one who needs time to sort of collect yourself, organize how you're feeling, how you're thinking, really understand a lot of things about you. This may be a tremendous growth period, okay? And it's like it can't be re-engaged until you're both in a new level of growth, right? There's nothing more to say on this level. Nothing more to say. Four of Pentacles. Wow, this is interesting. King of Wands, Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Here's that Death card, and the new path, Fool. Archangel Michael is on the case. All right, it's going to come through a text. Something like that. It's going to come through a text. I feel like you have come to the end of a particular story that you've been telling yourself about this connection. And what that is basically reflecting back to you and going, okay, but I'm not that person anymore. So that relationship can't go on as it has been, right? I'm the one who does all the work in the relationship. Well, I'm kind of done doing that. Done doing that. And so for a minute, it's just for a minute, it stops. Like a cosmic minute, it stops. For some of you, this could be 10 days, 10 weeks. And there is death and transformation. There is change. Archangel Michael is working on the next step. All right. So let's see for you here. Hanged Man. Five of Swords. Ego. There's Knight of Swords. Ego, manipulation. Even if it's well-intentioned, like I'm just, you might not see that your own communication or this person's communication has been manipulative until now. You might not see that there's anger in this connection until now. I do feel like you're seeing things from a new perspective. Okay, Four of Wands, Six of Pentacles, breakthrough indeed, Seven of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Two of Wands. What am I noticing about this reading? Some of you who take my tarot class, I say this frequently when you're reading individually. And so I realize this is a group reading and all of that. But I want to say, um, a lot of times I ask, when I used to do private readings, I ask people who I'm reading for, what do you notice about this? And it's like there's no right or wrong answer. I'm not trying to trick anybody or anything like that, but I really want to hear what the other person notices, because what I'm noticing about this is a lot of process. Okay, we do have a hanged man. This is a major arcana card, but all the rest of them are kind of small beer, especially when we're talking about like this big energy that's subconscious or that's happening in the quantum field or in the 5D, a big change and transformation, big breakthrough. Okay. And so, like, I would have expected there to be more big cards in this reading, because I saw that and I was like, wow, major breakthrough. And then we get this processy stuff. Five of Swords. Okay, somebody may have made conversation their weapon. Somebody may have been manipulated. There may be anger about that. There may be some kind of manipulation, meaning lying, but not by not imparting some information. And I just get the sense that one of you is, for you, this sense of like, which direction do I go now? The Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Two of Wands. I'm just going to show it to you like I'm seeing it, right? Like I'm seeing how Two of Pentacles, I'm not really sure. Eight of Cups, I know I'm on this new path, this Fool path. But, maybe I want to go back and make sure. I'm not sure. There's a sense of indecision here. All right. There's a real sense of indecision. And it's like, I don't know the whole story, or there's something holding on to you. All right, there's something holding on to you. I'm not really sure of the whole story. Five of Swords. What is this Five of Swords about? Nine of Swords. Okay, not really seeing. Some of you have been blocking out other people's games or way of being, other people's lying or manipulations. Some of you have been blocking it out until you couldn't block it out anymore. Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, there's the Sun. There's the breakthrough, okay? And the World, hey, now we got the major arcana cards going. King of Swords. Now you're pissed, okay? Because all this time you've been thinking, well, they're telling me what's going on with them, but they're not. They're not. Okay. This doesn't have to be a love partner. This feels like a pattern. It feels like I usually just give people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm recognizing that there are people in my life who have, used me in ways that serve themselves. Maybe not maliciously. It doesn't have to be malicious. It can just be like, everybody says or communicates in a way that they feel adequately, shows themselves to be who they want them to be. Okay. People want to be perceived a certain way. And so that's the mask that they show to other people. But when you're changing and transforming, that falls away. Okay. There can be a sense of like, I'm no longer able to hold up this charade. I'm no longer able to keep this lie going. That I'm somebody who is compliant, or I'm somebody who is not offended by certain things that you say. I'm somebody who 100% believes you because I've put you on a pedestal. Like whatever it is, there's definitely a transformation here where you are no longer willing to be in some kind of pattern. And that is going to change everything. And it has to. When you, last night when I was doing or when I posted that reading about, in the very beginning part of it, I recommend you watch it because I got this beautiful sense of the heart chakra being connected to the throat chakra. And was just this gold green kind of energy. And it's almost like green now that I'm talking about it again, I'm really feeling that green, like, when you wear false gold and it turns your finger green. But now, because not it's not the thing. It's not the truth. It's not the pure nature of, of gold. And so I love this deck. This is the Golden Tarot. So I do love it, and it's aligning with what I'm expressing to you, which is this feeling that all along we've had these masks. And I feel like on the spiritual path here, have decided to drop the mask. And it may be not sudden like that, but it could be to the point where I've been holding myself back so much, and I haven't really been stepping into my power, King of Wands. And so I am learning so much more about what authenticity is, that it's making so many breakthroughs for me that I can no longer go back and be that person. So you may be growing so much that you can't go back to your family and in a way that is the role you played. Remember, we're talking about trauma and the role of trauma in family systems. You might have a role of a scapegoat, or you might have the role of the lost child, or the invisible child, or even the golden child, right? And you're so much more than that one story. It's almost like you've dropped the story. This is the origin story we're talking about, that you dropped the story that you've been telling yourself all this time, just so everybody else can be okay. You're telling yourself that you believe that role, that you've incorporated that role into how you do life. And it has not served it like stopped serving you a long time ago. But in order to keep this relationship going, or these experiences going, I got to keep that mask on. There's something here about you going through the dropping of the mask. I can no longer do that. I can no longer pretend to be the person you want me to be just so you feel okay. The mask is gone. And this Four of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, there's a new community. There's a new sense of, some of you may be moving toward, like if you move out of a relationship or a family relationship dynamic or a friend group dynamic, you're moving into something new. And I do feel like by virtue of the fact that you're moving into something new, like they no longer can lie to themselves now. The people that you're moving away from can no longer lie to themselves about who you are, because you're no longer doing that role. And they're pissed about it. Okay? They're very upset about this, but I guess get the feeling of this breakthrough, this like, I no longer can wear that old mask. It's not something that serves me anymore. And, tough. This is who I am, and I'm sorry that you feel like you can't accept that. And if you can't, that's fine. Don't care about that. Don't care that there's a thing about this, because that was my old self that said, oh, I do care. Wait a second. Let me put the mask back on. Even though it's hurting me and harming me and all of these things, I'm going to continue to lie. I'm going to continue to not be my authentic self because you feel better. What happens then is there's a sense of self-doubt. There's a lack of the ability to manifest, because the starting point is false. If you're like recognizing that, oh, wow, this is actually my truth, and other people get angry about it, guess what? They were happier seeing you stuck. They were happier seeing you carrying the burden of pain. You carried, especially in the role of scapegoat or lost child or invisible child, if you are carrying the burden of the pain of that family and you shifted out of that, guess what? People have to look at the reality of that then. Even if they say, nope, 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 they still do, because you're no longer fulfilling that role or sopping up the pain of the family. So this kind of like, okay, it's been a while that I've been on the fence about this, but now I'm really doing this. And this Two of Wands, there can be this like, maybe I should go back, right? Like maybe I should make a decision to go back. Maybe I shouldn't be sort of aligning with that kind of energy of breakthrough. Maybe that I'm too big for my britches. Everything's going to fall apart now because I was in that role so that I could be safe. But you no longer need that role anymore. It's like that's when the breakthrough comes. So, okay, Six of Swords. Yeah, moving forward again. So, talk to me about this Two of Wands. This is very processy. Two of Wands, Three of Wands. I love that. Nine of Cups, Hermit. Oh, that's gorgeous. And the Magician. I did see this in another reading, the Hermit and Magician. It's sort of like when you finally get real with who you are, then the manifestations can flow. Did you realize that your sense of who you are had such a role to play with manifesting? If you're aligning with someone else's story of you, then you're not even really real. Okay, you're aligning with something that isn't true, Seven of Swords, and you're not really able to manifest. But this is really beautiful because the Nine of Wands is the Nine of Cups. The Three of Wands is receiving the wish granted. This is Virgo energy, so you could be stepping into finding a teacher or being a teacher of some kind, manifestation teacher or something like that. I just get the feeling that this is going to shift your life in such a profound way. Because what will happen is that when you no longer are in that role and you step into your power, then no matter what is said by other people, it sort of is like, okay. It doesn't trigger you. It doesn't impact you. Triggers are parts of it's where the power is seeping out of you, right? It's the like go and look at that because the trigger is that's where you're giving away your power. Okay? So go and look at those triggers. Those triggers are tremendously instructive. If you get triggered by someone telling you you're wrong, then generally there might be a need for you to always feel right. And that has come from a place of a role in your family. You got to always be right. Can't be wrong about anything. Or if someone sees you in a way that you don't like and that triggers you, that could be people pleasing. Like, I've always got to be seen a certain way. Not everybody likes everything I say. And that's okay. That's okay. Because eventually you get to the place of real authenticity where it's not that triggers never happen. It's just that they're a constant learning. And that's has power in it. All right. So I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to talk about the path forward. Let's keep going. Link is below if you want to continue on. Pathfinders, let's just keep going. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.